series. Thank you to all of you for your positive response to our show. It is really inspiring us to keep moving forward. For today's episode, we have here with us Nitika Ahuja from Classes Law, who shall be discussing the future of startups with us today. Thank you for joining our show today, Nitika. My first question to you is, what is the major component defining the success of a startup?
Ashmi, we all know that startup is much more than just having a great idea. It requires countless efforts to execute your idea, time, discipline, dedication, and not to be just left with funding. While elements such as execution, time, and discipline involve human factor and can be managed by being consistent, conducting market studies, and being attentive to details. The major reason for startups to fade away or fail in the long run is the non-availability of external funds for nurturing the business during initial and growing phases.
Hmm. We all have heard that a startup needs funding at different stages of its life. So, can you please throw some light on what are the different startup funding stages?
The startup funding stages rounds can be categorized as below. A pre-funding stage, or we can also call it bootstrapping. During this stage, the startup owner invests his own funds or create a pool of funds from his or her family members or friends and then use such funds for accessing the feasibility of idea, market testing or marketing and sales plan. Then comes the seed funding. This stage involves product development, business traction, launching of the product, recruitment, etc. The funds at this stage are generally fueled by eligible incubators. However, funds can also be contributed by angel investors, micro venture capitalists, and through crowdfunding.
You just mentioned angel investors, micro venture capitalists. Please guide us on how can we reach these investors?
So there are numerous options available from where a startup can opt for funding, such as availing funds from eligible incubators under the Startups India Seed Fund scheme by the Government of India. We have already discussed this scheme in our first episode. Further, startups can reach out to angel networks formed of individuals who invest money into high potential startups in return for equity. Similarly, the startups can reach out the venture capitalists that have a clear understanding and clientele similar to your startup or industry.
Is there more to the funding stages?
Definitely. Once you have got yourself a deal with angel investors or VCs, the funding goes on with Series A, B, C, or beyond to meet the expansion needs of the startups. At these stages, the potential investors may also involve private equity funds, hedge funds, or banks. And finally, when the startup has become financially stable, has a positive market reach, created niche for its product, the startup may decide to go public, taking the IPO route.
Okay. We have been seeing recently an IPO boom among well established startups, and as per saying, it is here to stay. What is your take on this?
Yeah, that's absolutely true, Ashmi. I also read a report published on CNBC that throughout the first half of 2021, around 1,070 global IPOs raised a total of $222 billion in proceeds, respective annual increases of 150% and 215%. Further, it also mentioned that Europe, Middle East, India and Africa region was the fastest growing in terms of IPO activity year on year, driven by a strong bull run in equity markets. We saw a lot of startups starting from Zomato, Nokia to Paytm enter the stock markets in recent months. And other famous startups, Mogwig, Delivery, Pharma Easy, are also aiming for their IPO activities in the coming months. It demonstrates that these companies have potential for high growth and thus are getting acknowledgement from both institutional and retail investors. Further, IPOs have a strong element of cascading effect as the early investors get good money upon exit, which can be redeployed in the next round of promising startups.
Thank you, Nitika, for sharing such valuable information with us. With this episode, we conclude our Be Compliant series. I hope our listeners have learned and enjoyed as much as I have. We shall be coming back soon with another interesting series. Thank you for listening and do not forget to subscribe.